modernizing our society is the topic. Thank you very much.
Kukrudu! 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 National Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Chief of Staff, Presidential Candidate of the New Patriotic Party and next President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, running mate and next Vice President of the Republic of My task, ladies and gentlemen, is a very simple one. We have talked about the fact that we want to deepen our democracy, we want to transform our economy, we want to engage our continent fully our country fully in the continental integration processes. When all of these crystallize, what do we have? We have a modern 21st century Ghanaian society that is fully engaged in the world, but which is also uniquely Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do we mean by a modern society? A modern society is a society of well-planned cities, villages, and hamlets. It's a society that has gotten rid of filth. It's a society of well-trained, educated young men who are proud and prosperous and willing and able to contribute to the development of their country. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a modern society. Ladies and gentlemen, a modern society is a society that is driven by science and technology. A modern society is a society of happy, hopeful, competent, and capable young men who are moving the prosperity of their nation forward. A modern society is a society of healthy people. A modern society is a society where there's affordable housing for everybody, where people do not take women their heads. Kukrudu! Kukrudu! A modern society is a society of adequate infrastructure that will support the new developmental process. A modern society is a society where sports, and I emphasize sports, and recreation is an integral part of the development of both the human beings and the society at large. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, a modern society is a society in which gender equity and where the aged and the physically disabled have an equal stake in the development of society like all other persons within the society. These are the parameters of a modern society, and this is the society that the NPP government, the next NPP government led by Nana Akufo-Addo, will bring into being in our generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to belabor the point about our infrastructure, about our housing, about our roads. The arguments are clear. At the park and a tongue, the Hausa people say that Koda Gani answer no farini. What is clear is clear. Ladies and gentlemen, the flag bearer has already talked about the importance of education to our forward movement. In our time, we want to make our intellectual institutions, the polytechnics and the university, the hub of our thinking processes, the engine room for thinking our development, the engine room for bringing out our ideas that will merge with government policy for our forward movement. I am a young man who's been to university and written theses and long essays and all of that. And all of our KNUST people are here. What is the process for integrating these long essays and researches that take place in our university to the development process? Ladies and gentlemen, we promise you that in this next government of the NPP. Kukrudu! 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 Ladies and gentlemen, from independence to 2001, our entire road stock in this country was 38,000 kilometers of road. In 7 years, we have moved it to 64,000 kilometers of road, representing over 64% of that progress. Ladies and gentlemen, in our time, aviation, ports and harbors will be a critical part of our development. The Tamale and Kumasi airports will be turned into international airports so we can move forward. There is good news for my Muslim brothers. So we can fly from Tamale to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia without coming to Kotoka International Airport to Crown. Kukrudu. As I said, gender and an agenda for the physically challenged will be an integral part of our development process. We have already passed the Disability Act 715 of 2006. I don't need to belabor the point, but let me quickly address the young people of this country. I want to quote a former president of the United States, Richard Nixon. On January 14, 1971, he addressed students of the University of Nebraska, and this is what he said, and I quote.
Stop sharing the water now, please. Stop sharing. Let's finish.
Nothing matters more to the future of this nation than ensuring that our young men and women learn to believe in themselves and believe in their dreams, and that they develop this capacity, that you develop this capacity so that you keep it all your lives. I believe one of America's most priceless assets is the idealism which motivates the young people of America. My generation has invested all that it has, not only in its love, but its hope and faith in yours, unquote. Nana Addo Dankwa invests his hope, his faith in the young people of our country. When I was being selected, when he selected me to be his spokesperson, many were the people who went to him and said, an experienced politician like you should not have such a young man as your spokesperson. But he said, I believe in the capacity of young people to move our agenda forward, and I have done that job. In our time, ladies and gentlemen, in the next NPP government, we shall bring an amendment, we shall bring a bill to Parliament within the first year of our existence to repeal NRDC Decree 241 of 1974 that set up the National Youth Council. In its place, we shall institute a National Youth Commission with an executive secretary, semi-autonomous powers that will be responsible for galvanizing and mobilizing the young people of our country for our forward movement. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a product of the regional youth home in Tamale. We are going to revive all the defunct regional youth homes within the first 4 years of our government, where we shall have a safe haven for young people, where they shall go and engage their intellectual and physical energies for the well-being of their country. Integrated in this matter will be sports development. We shall therefore diversify from just football and boxing into really promoting other sports like badminton, like lawn tennis, like ping pong, and all of other sports, so that everybody will have a place to exercise his talent and his energy. The sun is scorching, but the most important matter is about employment. When Nanado has brought about a sound educational system and we have trained, are we going to have the avenues for engaging our energies? We are promising that within the first 4 years of our government, we shall increase the employment under the National Youth Employment Program from 108,000 to about 500,000 by the end of our first 4 years in government. We shall institute the Youth Enterprise Fund, so that we are not just training entrepreneurs, but we are training entrepreneurs who have enterprises to match their entrepreneurial ability. Ladies and gentlemen, for our rural youth, we will give them further boost by letting them encourage them to stay in their rural areas by developing our rural cottage industries, including leather products, handicrafts, and textiles. I have followed Nanado. I have believed in his vision. I know how far I have come in that belief. I want to invite all young people of this country to follow me in the quest towards that vision. Thank you very much.
The modern society under Nana Addo Dankwa's presidency. Raise your flag!